8:40. It's the Nielsen Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart and TuneIn radio apps, and of course on YouTube, where the nasty chat is bumping. Look at this, the wrench chimes in. Let's go, beer time. Tommy Gazzola doing his hockey camp down Idaho way. Don't know his schedule if he's on his way back or not, but Tommy, nice to see the wrench popping into the nasty chat.
He's just getting home.
Well, is that, yeah? Yeah. I always look forward to his stories off the road.
Oh,
yeah. Need a podcast for that specifically. But hit the like button if you are watching on YouTube, and hit that sub button as well if you haven't already. Lieutenant Eric, Joaquin Gage in for Dustin Nielsen, YouTube Trev behind the monitors. And we are joined right now for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, Ben from Ben Stick Brewing. And I've ran into you sometimes on the street going to the beer shows, craft beer festivals, and whatnot. I do believe I saw you out at our Birdie Booze launch as well. How you doing? Things are going good. Summer's going well, hey?
Yeah, fine as frogs here. Happy to be here.
Yeah. And you brought in a couple. Now, we had other beers sitting here and everything, but the Ben Stick Brewery, local Edmonton, right? I mean, tell us a little bit where the brewery, because it's, when you talk about Edmonton-based breweries, this is one that usually kind of top of mind for most people just with the name.
Oh, you're making me blush. We've been around since 2015 is the first time we sold beer, and we used to be in a tiny little nano brewery up on Fort Road, and so I had more of a commute back then, and I was a big fan of the show, but now luckily I can walk to work. We're on 78th Ave and 99th Street. So a lot of people, we refer to that district as Happy Beer Street.
You are on the Happy Beer Street. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 breweries or so just in walking distance. You can make a good weekend out of it. It's a lot of fun. And so we've been at that new location for 2 years. The old spot, we wanted to make beer and not really run a bar.
Yeah.
We were all brewers who started it, but it turns out that's an important part of the business plan. So now that we're in a new spot, it's we got a place to hang out, drink pints, play shuffleboard. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You bring in other people to do the other jobs that you know what I mean? The bookwork and all that. I mean, you're just brewing the beer and away you go.
Beer and drinking beer, and that's about it.
I love it. You guys are very active on socials too. I mean, it's a fun brewery to follow on Instagram and whatever. But let's dive into the candy lineup here. What should we start with today?
So this is the Sobeys Beer of the Week. So let's start with this one. It's called Juicebox Hero. It is a Grape Kolsch. And so this is, a lot of the beers are a beer name first, and then we kind of figure out a recipe after it. It's almost easier to make
It's like making a song, right? Yeah. You get the riff and then go from there.
So we thought, Juicebox Hero, what kind of beer would that be? So when you think of a juice box, we were thinking Concord Grape. So the first few batches of this beer...
Dusty's going to be he loves grape, anything, right? Like,
really?
He's going to be so pissed that he's
I didn't know
this
that.
one. Oh, yeah. Grape Crush, all that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice, eh?
Yeah,
Look at these pores, Gage, right?
I know. These are
generous stuff.
This is ridiculous.
The first time we brewed it, it was almost a goof, and we dumped a bunch of Welch's grape juice in it, and it was just pretty, it's a great beer. They stopped selling Welch's in Canada right when we started making this full-time, and so now we put big buckets of grape puree in the beer, and this is our first full-time fruit beer.
Wow.
So if you're around for the Welch time, like you really experienced something that you don't do anymore.
Yeah.
I tasted the OG, back in the day. Yeah, Trev's getting in the game here too. I love it. Ben, these pours, magnificent. Looks nice too. It's a different body, but I mean, it's once again, this is Juicebox Hero, grape flavor. Cheers. I don't think I've ever tried a grape flavor.
I've never done it.
And confession, I'm not a big grape flavor fan, but this isn't too heavy on the grape. You're getting the beer, and then it's just a bit of a sideshow of grape along the way, hey?
Yeah, it's not like a cooler or something. It's not like sweet grape. It's just got a little bit of grapiness to it. It's nice on a hot summer day.
Sometimes that sweetness does scare me away from a beer. Depending on how it's made and what it is, but this, I can live with the grape in this beer. I'm good with this.
It's funny because that's what my palate was kind of expecting. That's perfect. Yeah, I like that.
Very refreshing. What's the lawn mowing? Shall we say?
Oh, that's definitely a lawnmower. Yeah, I'd put that
good
at
old juice box after the lawn.
That's an 8 for a lawnmower.
Yeah,
for sure.
And what's next on the old docket here? Coming from the yellow can.
Yeah, this is BS Wit. It's a Belgian-style wheat beer.
Ooh, I like these.
And so these, as is tradition, have a bit of coriander, and we use bitter orange peel. There's also our top secret ingredient is a little bit of lime, gives it a bit of brightness. Don't tell anyone that though. And This was the first beer we ever sort of widely distributed. It's a favorite of our palate, Sobeys. And
Well, Van Owen chimes in on YouTube. The Ben Stick wheat beer is often found in my refrigerator, and that's where Van Owen can get it. But you mentioned this is kind of one of the hits then that you guys produce?
Yeah, this is one of the 2 beers that we brew the most of, for sure.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers to Oscar Clefbaum's retirement.
Absolutely. Sail on. Sail on.
Oh, that takes me back to Deutschland a little bit with the wheat beers. The good Hefeweizen.
Packed full of flavor there.
Yeah, that's good.
What about the lawn mowing?
Those ones I don't really. That's not a
It's a
lawn
different
mowing
game.
beer.
Yep,
That's an after lawn mowing beer. I think that's when you sit on your deck and you're admiring your work. That's what that is.
And that would be a nice, with the weekend as it is,
Yeah.
and kind of, oh baby, take me there. The wheat beer.
Yeah, the Hefe
Hefe,
is
yeah.
usually in Germany. That's what they have.
Yeah, and in German, the wheat beers are Hefs, and then in Belgium, they're Wits.
Yeah.
Where are we going next then, Ben?
So this is my daily driver. I mean, I shouldn't talk about drinking and driving.
No, we get what you mean.
I
I think, you're forgiven there. But yes, drink responsibly, of course, as we say on this. But $50 as well to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, as we like to do as well. That'll be coming up later in the segment. So get your fingers ready to text in 780-218-9999 for that. And sorry, where are we going? This is your
Haymaker Wheated Pilsner.
Ooh.
So this is the one we tweaked to be the lager that we like to drink when we're done work. It's got a touch of wheat, which kind of differentiates it from a lot of lagers, gives it this extra sort of little tang, and there's a herbal hop note, but it's not overwhelming. It's just a nice balanced lager.
Interesting. And this is your go-to then, the big driver, as you say, for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, cheers, boys, and to the Riverhawks and the Elks this weekend. Hey, let's get some success.
Here. Oh.
Where you at with that one?
I mean, you kind of gave it away with the after work beer. That's what you drink after work. I like because it's it's simple, but there's flavor in there. It's not that's a really good beer
For a Friday too, heading into a weekend.
That's
hit a little more, eh?
I mean, they're all good, but that one's the top one for me right now.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite. We're always making new stuff all the time, but
that's really good.
Jody, going back to the grape flavored Juicebox Hero, so wine flavored beer then. No.
No.
I can see where your mind goes there, but it's no wine at all, really. It's straight grape.
Yeah.
But not heavy on the sweet side, which is a nice touch. This is beer number 3 of the candy lineup. Yeah. Well, you have a lot set up here. Are we?
I don't know.
we got 12 minutes.
Whatever.
I can sleep here, right?
Absolutely. Tons of space over here, couches and everything. Iwanix office is always open. T. Kirk, Sobe Kirk says, Ben is a class act. And he goes on. Ben Stick is a wonderful brewery in town. Awesome seeing him on the show today. And again, you've been listening to. I mean, you're a friend of the show. I'll say. I mean, I've met you out in the wild a few times, and you never really remember those times sometimes, and they're that good. But yeah, it's good to finally have you on set here and showing your crafts.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I love. I was just listening on the way over here, and the little flashback clips with Rick Pinter and stuff. I love it.
And then so this beer now. Where are we going here?
This one's called Amber Waves. This is an amber ale, so this is sort of the darkest beer that we make all the time. So it's a little bit toasty, some caramel notes. Just going from all those lighter beers to this is one that's taken off for us lately. It seems to be a demographic. Doesn't seem like many people are brewing just a regular amber ale these days.
I like a good ale. Yeah. I like a good amber. Yeah, a little bit not too heavy on the sweet and everything, but
cheers.
Breaks it up a bit. Cheers, boys, to the ales.
Oh. Yeah, so we were earlier on the show. We were talking about our favorite season, and Trev and I were saying fall, leaves falling. This is a fall beer, like a little more robust,
college game day. I want to be sipping on that all afternoon
heavier,
long.
Yeah, keeping you warm, and when you get a little chill in the air, this is perfect. I love that one. Awesome.
No. Thank you very much.
We can continue going on if you like. I mean, hey, don't say no now.
Sure,
yeah, you're here. You might as well.
Run.
I was gonna bring in. We have an IPA called Electric Boogaloo. That's
very popular.
Turned us into a real business. It's our most popular
Is
beer
it?
probably right now. But I know Dusty isn't always crazy about the hoppy beers and stuff. And this is one that we just came out with this week, and we chop up fresh oranges and limes, and it's got a touch of salt, so it's a little bit of a margarita vibe.
Really?
And what's the name?
Salinity Now.
Yeah, Salinity Now. You would have loved that one too at the Seinfeld play, but that's great. Salted citrus pale ale.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. Once again, it's Ben from Bent Stick Brewing. You can find them on Happy Beer Street here. One of the more established, shall we say, breweries in town. Been at it for quite some time. A decade, I guess, coming up on probably a 10-year anniversary here soon. And once again, the beer of the week is the Juicebox Hero.
Cans.
You can get it at Sobeys. That's the deal. And we will be saying, I'll just say right now, text in Beer Me, 780-218-9999. We'll put you all into a draw, and $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor will be on the line. So again, Salinity now, insanity
now.
later. Right? I love I love that salted. There's a few of those beers now with the lime salted, that type of thing, but I do love the citrus and the salt pair.
That is great.
It takes you a little south of the border in a sense.
Yeah, that salt kind of makes the citrus notes pop, and that's a tasty one. It came out right when the heat wave ended.
Oh,
Everyone was asking for those 2 weeks. Like, where's the Salinity out now?
Well, you got a good week here coming up. That Salinity now might actually be hitting here. High temperatures.
Nice.
We got till next Wednesday. Probably a good almost week here. So Salinity now, I think that type of salted citrus pale ale, that'll hit good in the heat, hey?
Perfect for
lawn
the heat.
mowing.
Yeah,
I mean, where
lawn
you at
mowing
there?
with that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's. I think I had an 8 with the. This is close to 8.59 for on the ride on mower.
Love it. Are we done yet?
Yeah, I can go out and grab more beer. As well.
Ben from Ben Stick Brewery. Great to have you in here, man.
No,
I love you. You're great. You're a true nasty in all shape of the form. If you see him out ever, you're always out craft beer festivals and all that, making the scene. Where can people follow you guys online as well? Instagram and that type of thing, socials.
Yeah, Instagram at Ben Stick Beer. We also have Facebook and X. Those things are a little more neglected. Instagram is probably the real
where it's
place.
at. Yeah.
And thanks to Sobeys, like these beer of the week things are great and a real big deal for us. So go find some Juicebox Hero.
What is the Electric Boogaloo? Is that your top seller? Would you say, or is it?
Yeah, I would say so. We do sell a lot of cans of the wit beer.
Okay.
Those are the first 2 that we had in cans.
Yeah.
And so we were lucky to get some shelf space early before a lot of the other breweries opened up, but I would say Electric Boogaloo and the BS Liquor.
Yeah, I was upset because there's not too many single IPAs I can get by my corner liquor store. I have to go to the Sobeys one when I'm walking the dog.
Buying a single. It's nice to have a single.
I like the I like to Napster beer. Just to, and build my own. But they did have the Electric Boogaloo, and they don't have it anymore, which is upsetting.
Jasmine inquires, does Ben Stick offer food as well? You said you guys have been growing from just your bathtub type of brewery to now a business and everything. So is there a little more info on that or merch or anything else?
That's a great question. So when we were building that place out, we ran out of money before building a kitchen, and it's turned out to it seems like it's been blessing in disguise. Because we don't have a food handling permit, you can bring your dog right in. Oh. And so the neighborhood has really embraced that. So people walk their dog, crush a couple beers, and then walk their dog home. And so at any given time, we've got, between 2 and 6 dogs in that place.
Love it.
You're listening. Hey, you like that one. Yeah. A good walking of the dog. And again, a blessing in disguise. If you don't do the food, you can now bring in your pups. And
we do have snacks, I guess. Yeah, we do. We can sell sealed bags, sealed snacks. So we do have Hawkins cheesies and Zwick's pretzels. And
good enough with beers.
We've got the biggest cheesy anyone's found on display. And if you pull a bigger cheesy, that one gets dethroned. And that's kind of like a fun thing that our regulars look forward to.
Perfect.
And you're welcome to bring in food and order food and that sort of thing.
Jody Cerner asks in our nasty chat, what is this Beer Street? And just quickly, if you want to educate people who may have not been familiar with Happy Beer Street here in town and what it offers to people.
Yeah, just 99th Street, just south of White Avenue. There's a lot of good sort of warehouse buildings with the proper zoning where it's an awesome place to open a brewery. And so a lot of us have done that. And so you can sort of walk and hit... I mean, if you can make it to all 10 or so.
That's the challenge.
But it's a great way to spend a Saturday just walking from brewery to brewery and trying things out. And we're on 78th Ave. We're on the furthest north portion of it, but you can...
And our good friends at Alley Cat as well on that same type of journey there. They're located in the same same area.
Bookend that street, I guess. They're sort of the southmost and we're the northmost. Yeah.
Is there talk amongst the brewers to have like a mile or a walk or a special mug that's
a passport?
Or
a
brewery
or something.
passport to hit on certain things. Because I know there's one in Regina that you can do. It's only certain parts of the year.
Yep.
But is there anything like that talking amongst your...
We've done things like last year. It was actually Analog Brewing spearheaded this weird beer where everybody brewed something strange, and you did get a punch card.
Oh, did you?
And you won a bunch of swag at the end of it. That happens in January or February, which is our slowest part of the season.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing to... And we're in the old Wings Foods warehouse that make the fortune cookies and plum sauce that come with your spring rolls. And so we made a fortune cookie blonde ale. And so our landlords gave us a bunch of crushed fortune cookies. And so that's a lot of fun. Something to look forward to in the slow season.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I want to thank you again for taking the time, drop by, bringing all these gifts for us. This was a cornucopia of beers. I'm leaving here really good. So lots of flavors. Thank you very much, Ben. Ben Stick Brewing.
Thanks, Ben.
You can check them out, Instagram and all those places. Happy Beer Street, as you mentioned. And once again, text in Beer Me right now, 780-218-9999. We'll enter you into a draw of $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor on the line. Trev, could you play like a musical intro? Just hit that Sobeys music again. We'll let Ben get on his way.